Well, good morning. We just woke up about 6 o'clock and we're sitting here having our coffee and watching TV. And all of a sudden, everything went black. Boondocking fell.
I don't know about that.
So, what just happened?
For some reason, the 12 volt stuff just turned off. For instance, you look at the tank heaters; they're not on anymore. Refrigerator's not on.
We have no heater.
And the heater's not on. That's going through the 12 volt system. So I think my batteries aren't high enough in their level. So it shuts everything down to preserve the batteries. That's why I'm wondering if I can disconnect the lithium batteries to the trailer while we're running off the jackery. You see what I'm saying? But right now I'm gonna have to fire up the generator to charge the whole thing up.
So that's what we call a boondocking fail. So what did you do?
So I got the generator running, and I've got the jackery plugged into that, and it's gonna charge it completely up. It's also charging, everything else is charging. Our 12 volt battery, our lithium 12 volt batteries are charging. So get everything up to 100%. And then when that's done, I'm gonna try to turn the 12 volt system battery disconnect off and see if I can still get power through the jackery. So anyway, that's the deal.
Is it cold out there?
No, it's not.
No. So 29 isn't that cold?
Is it supposed to be 29?
It is 29.
Yeah.
Okay, well, another good morning. We were able to get our showers done, and John just went to the Oasis Stop and Go. It's about 15 minutes away in Cary, Idaho, to get some propane. And of course, as soon as he leaves, we're kind of in this remote area. As soon as he leaves, two men show up in a truck. And I don't know if anybody else gets kind of spooked or freaked out, but I do. When I'm home alone or in the RV alone and people show up when there's no vehicle around, they think it might be an abandoned RV. And so I immediately called John and said, hey, just to let you know, two men just showed up. And of course he gets spooked, freaked out. And he's like, well, make sure your door's locked. And I said, well, that's the first thing I did was lock the door. So and he said, if they start to act like they're going to come over or anything, call me. I'm thinking, you're 15 minutes away. How much are you going to help me here? But anyway, I don't know. Like I said, if I'm the only one that feels paranoid, let me know in the comments if you guys feel that way too. Anyway, we're going to go over to the Craters of the Moon National Monument later on and tour that, and I'll take you along. Thanks. We are back. Now we are going to Craters of the Moon National Monument Park.
Yep, from what I understand, the astronauts train there. Be advised. You know, I was going to be an astronaut. You know.
Since when?
You know, ever since I can remember. But I don't know, when you can't even figure math and all this other stuff. I barely got through school, people. So,
yeah, right.
Yeah. It takes some brains to go through a program like that. So instead, we're just going to go there, pretend it's the moon, hang out, and see what's going on. It's a nice day anyway. It's 52 degrees outside, so for me, that's almost perfect.
It's actually warmer than I originally thought it was going to be. They said it was only going to be in the 40s, but it didn't reach that.
Yeah.
52 right now, so that's better. And we have Heidi in the back. She's staring at me. We have dilemmas with our power this morning, but
we got it figured out.
I think we have it figured out. Educating our itself between what a converter and an inverter does. So
even when you got full power, and I'm not an electrician at all, but you know, I know just enough to get by as far as maybe wiring 110 plugs and things like that, and adding plugs. And in this case, all I did was add a transfer switch so I actually have a 50 amp plug in the front of the unit, so I can have my jackery and or generator without having to pull out this big old heavy plug, you know, and run it all the way to the back. But regardless, last night it got pretty cool. We ran all our tank heaters and our heater, and of course the refrigerator's going, and even with our jackery on, well, I guess what ends up happening is, because I didn't have the converter on, so what was happening was I was draining the batteries down in, and when they get down to, you know, a certain voltage, I think in this case it was like, I want to say 11.2, 11.3, they kick off to save themselves, and you lose all your 12 volt system. Now with the jackery, I still had, I had 110, you know, or regular like shore power, but for whatever reason, none of the 12 volt system, like the heater and the tank heaters, were working, even with, you know, my jackery being on. So I don't know when the batteries shut off if they automatically protect those systems. I don't know if you guys know. Let me know in the comments down below. You know, but either way, it's no big deal. If I have to in the morning, I just get up and turn the converter on, and there should be enough power in the jackery to go ahead and power the batteries to get back up to beyond the 12, hopefully to the 13 volt range. But that was the dilemma, and luckily I have a generator. We have a generator backup too.
yeah, so I mean that's not even the issue right now. We're pretty well at 100% battery and 100% charged on the jackery. But trying to understand whether do you have to have the converter on if you're running obviously the jackery? Because it doesn't seem like you need to. When we turn the converter off, it still powers everything. Now, of course, the refrigerator being a 12 volt fridge only, it's still working off the battery, and we have solar on top going to those batteries. So I think during the day you're okay, but at night I think that's what happens. Is you have some of those things.
It was a big draw.
Running, big draws, and then so it depleted the batteries. I had similar problems in a Raptor too, with just at storage. We had it at storage, and the refrigerator would keep turning off. So I ended up having to just not store any food whatsoever.
Yeah, and
from trip to trip.
And here we have an RV garage, so it's constantly plugged into 50 amp power. So
we haven't had to really try ourselves.
Yeah, we really haven't, you know.
And the other question is, if anybody has out there like 440 watts of solar, what kind of solar are you guys producing? Because it doesn't seem like, I don't know that we've ever got over 200 watts.
Yeah, I don't know.
Even when there's direct sun. So I'm just wondering if
the jackery, I have it.
Solar panel.
I have the jackery plugged into solar right now, which is 400 watts, and I was getting what was 380. So. But the panels are at an angle like they're supposed to be, directly at the sun, whereas the panels on the roof of the RV, they're flat, you know. So
yeah, so I don't know if that is maybe that's the huge difference, is that you're able to follow the sun.
Yeah.
And the other panels, he kind of worked it out where he was able to, because we have short cords on those
solar panels.
So he was able to move things around this morning so we could put the solar on the other side. The panels on the other side. So we're doing pretty good on that. So we're charged. So now the question is, how important is that converter if you don't, need it? So because it draws a lot of amperage.
Well, when I have the converter on, the jackery's pulling 1,000 watts. So it'll drop, fairly quick.
Yeah, it was. We could see that it was. So anyway, any suggestions would be extremely helpful.
And the reality is for us, if we do go places like dry camping, I mean, like most would be a couple of days, and I always have a generator
we have
backup.
The generator is backup, but who wants to have to pull the generator out every time? That Jackery is amazing, and it can power a lot for a long time. I mean, even when we tested it out in Yellowstone, it was pretty good. So
yeah.
Anyway, okay. Once we get to the park, we'll touch back with you guys. We are hiking the North Crater Flow Trail. This place feels like another planet. Literally, it looks like we drove straight onto a lava moon landscape. We are walking right on top of ancient lava flows that cooled, cracked, collapsed, and twisted into these incredible formations. The rocks are razor sharp, hollow in some areas, and the textures are just wild. It's hard to imagine this was all molten lava flowing across this ground thousands of years ago. What makes the North Crater Flow Trail so cool is how close you get to all the lava features without doing a super long hike. This is a short trail, but it's packed with insane geology, color changes in the rock, and unbelievable scenery everywhere you look. If you're traveling through Idaho, this is a must stop. Just make sure you have good traction shoes because this rock is super sharp and unforgiving if you fall.
It's new snow. Yeah. Huh?
White snow?
You gonna climb all the way up to the top? Ooh, that wind is getting kind of breezy. Of course, I don't have a jacket like you do.
Abort!
Abort?
Mission.
You think if it's called Infernal Cone, it would be hot? Nah, it's pretty chilly up here. Pretty cool. Pretty cool view though.